It's Kareen here, and what you're about to witness is one entrepreneur's journey on how they navigate a challenge or need support in an area of their business with me. Results may vary if you try this on your own. The purpose of sharing this with you is to help you know that help is always available and you don't have to do it alone. What has been your biggest lesson learned as becoming an entrepreneur?
Because our business is so unique in that it's not a standard model of operations for retail, especially. We don't push people to buy. We don't ever have sales. Like your typical things that you would do, we don't do as a choice. And it's resonating with people in a really beautiful way. And so kind of realize ultimately that waste is a design flaw. And so just rethinking the systems has been one of the big things that I think I'm taking away the most from that. Even though people are like, that'll never work, you can't do that, that it actually totally can.
Yeah. It totally can. It can. Yeah. It's just a matter of ensuring that you can sustain the growth to it. I like that. Yeah. So it's really like learning from the place of passion of through your gifting. And then turning that into the impact you want to have for sustainability. Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool. I like that from your journey in this business right now. You know, what's one thing, an area regarding how you lead that you want to improve upon?
So for a long time, it was my business partner and I. So the leading was mostly just like us collaborating a lot. I was leading all the creative stuff. She was leading all the financial stuff. And that's still very much the case. Okay. Now that we're starting to take on staff, I want to create a company culture where they feel respected and recognized, and where I'll tend to just go and not take the time to necessarily explain what I'm doing or whatever. I want to be better at mentoring or teaching. That's a big goal of mine.
What divisions of the company then report into you?
Up until this point, we've just had 2 part-time, and I actually did one of your live coaching calls, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago or something like that.
Okay, great.
And
you weren't on camera though, right? Because I would have remembered.
I was. It's fine though. It was a long. I feel like you probably meet with so many people.
I know, but still, I like to remember who shows up on those calls. So, okay.
Well, but it was actually really helpful because at that point in the business, I was writing a lot of our kind of operational systems because we wanted to be able to bring on a general manager or whatever. And you basically were like, no, hire the general manager and then have them help you come up with
Yes. Okay.
Which was brilliant. So actually, yesterday was her first day.
Amazing.
I know, it was great. And she's fantastic. Like she is a rock star. And so my business partner is the E in the CEO Conundrum. I'm the C and she's the O. So we are
You've got the
feeling great.
Starting. Yeah. I love this. You know, like it's so good. It's so good because that synergy is amazing. Yes.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind in even just figuring out who reports to who and how. Yes. I mean, at this point, everyone reports to both of us, like either me as the owner or Kimberly as the owner, but needing to figure out what
the delineation
are and how that goes. So that's kind of,
where you are now.
That I think that's too what the challenge is that I'd love to talk to you about today is how do we best, not use is not the right word, but like the new hire in the most effective way for us to grow and also to where, next time we hire, it's just an easier thing. Like
systematic.
Every time.
Yeah. I love this. These are great frameworks you're about to put in place because you finally have the trilogy of the leadership, right?
Yeah, and the time now,
Yeah, well, because the reason why I love starting with that CEO conundrum, having the clarity of your role is that then it defines, okay, now looking at the business structure, based on those innate qualities, what is your role and responsibility, ownership as a leader, right? So if you're telling me on the creative side, like, so I put together how our designs look, maybe own the brand. You're looking at how the product is made, ensuring that, the vendor selection aligns with the brand policies and, how you want to do that. Well, eventually your team will scale into each of those like divisions under your management, right? Because we still, as you're defining, you're the kind of chief product officer of your company, right? And in the creative side of things, then eventually you'll have team members that fall under that you lead and manage in those distinct roles, because you're going to groom them into the culture of creativity of your company. Whereas your partner in the entrepreneurial space, the sales, the marketing, the outbound, the attraction, the pieces like that, it's just she, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she would probably attract in then the marketing analyst, the brand specialist, the sales team, and so it's very specific acumen that she would have to build and groom and even hire for her gaps in some of those areas, because maybe she tripped into that and she's still trying to figure out like her role in her development there, but to find the replacement of the things she's mastered, bringing them in, training them, taking it on, moving on.
Is that the best thing to do, where you kind of master the thing and then you give it to someone else? Is that
not always?
Okay.
No, I wouldn't. It's more about the self-knowing is the best thing to do, and as an owner, right? Okay. So the cool part about being an owner of a company is that it's your choice. You're choosing to invest time and money into building this business for the impact you want to have, right? You also get to choose your role, and as partners, it's very important to be clear on, look, I did this for this amount of time because that's what the business needed, but that's not actually the role I want to play in this business. And I would like my career to go this way. And I would like my impact to be this, just like, your own self-discovery, right? So the most important thing, I think, is that self-knowing of the role and the growth you want to have, knowing that there's a role and responsibility to operate within this company. But when you hire a GM, so a GM generally is the umbrella of all operations across the company. You literally could, if you wanted, have all the divisions and anyone you hire report into your GM, and they're responsible for the staff management of it all and their career development. And then you're giving direction, like as owners, partnered owners, you're doing creative direction, and then you might be doing brand direction or impact direction, whatever is lighting your partner up in what she wants to focus on, right? But I would definitely add that to your GM's task list of like things you want to make sure are in the first few weeks. She's assessing the existing team while she's assessing what the job at hand requires, and then seeing if they are a fit for the job that's needed, because that's two resources that she gets to direct going forward in order to enhance operations on the ground.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And
that'll be so much easier.
And you know what else I love? That I can say, Kareen said so. The professional Tory Burch is teaching me so much, that whole fellowship. Now that we've learned.
I know, it has descended upon us. Yeah, but that's the leadership practice, right? Like, and the faster that you have this as part of the internal culture, like, look, we are a high results oriented team and we compensate based on results.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And if we find that results aren't happening for your time with us, then it's time to move on. Just want to remind you that breakthroughs and strategies are here for you. You don't have to be isolated on your business building journey. If you'd like to have a chance to connect with me and let me be all up in your business, go to heykareen.com/connect, and a team member will share how you can obtain the best support at this time. You always can have me in your pocket by leveraging my AI. Go to heykareen.app, download it, and start chatting away. And of course, I am always here, willing and ready to be the support you need. All you have to do is ask.